Welcome to Direction Northeast. Hello, I'm Madison Phillips. This program is a presentation of the Communications Department of Northeast State Community College. This episode of Direction Northeast is about guitars, harmonies, and acoustic music. We'll meet our guest and start our discussion following these messages.
Going to college was a big decision, but when I graduate from Northeast State, I know I can have a career.
Over half of our employees are graduates of Northeast State Community College.
When we see Northeast State on an application, we always give that candidate a second look.
Our company partners with Northeast State knowing that their students graduate as trained professionals that become our employees both today and into the future.
Discover the career opportunities that await you. Northeast State Community College.
Our guests today are the self-proclaimed masters of low country groove. They are also the chief performers of what they call eclectic neo-soul and masters of the nerd groove. The Billies are Christy Stantoni and Greg Smith from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Christy and Greg, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourselves.
You can go first, Craig.
Well, we've been a duo since 2006.
Mm-hmm.
We love what we do, love coming to Northeast State, and this is, I think, our fifth time back here,
Yeah.
or sixth time, I think fifth. And just love everything about being here, and it's a lot of fun. And what do? We play music, and
We're like an acoustic duo, and we met through. This is kind of an interesting, fun little story.
Yeah.
We met through my ex-boyfriend. We were not boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but Craig was playing drums in his band, and I was good friends with my ex-boyfriend, and I went to see him play like 15 years ago, and from like that moment on, we've been together and have played music together since then.
we started. Chrissy had a band at first with 4 or 5 people, and then we whittled it down to
From like a band to a duo.
to the duo because it just worked better, and we were on the same page, and we always showed up to the show and stuff
We've
on
just
time.
been kind of like writing together ever since.
Yeah.
Cool. So how did you guys both get into music?
To be honest, I think like I always wanted to play guitar. Was never very good at it, but always kind of had a guitar, carried it around with me, liked to write poems, and then eventually after like many years of like starting to practice, not being able to practice and remember stuff, I eventually was able to kind of get up the gumption to perform and write songs, and then I just haven't always just keep pushing, never stopped. I wasn't one of those like prodigy people, but I always just saw myself as a singer, songwriter, and so I just kind of like that's just what I do. So it's and I just love to do it. So that's how I got started.
I was always tapping on pots and pans at home, and there were always records in the house, and just always. And then got a drum kit. Started with one drum and then a kit, and just always music has always been around for me. I've always had it in my life, and it's like it's been the constant through my whole life. It's never left. I've always
like your closest companion.
Yeah, it's like it's always been here. So it's my best. It's like the best thing.
It's like your best friend.
It's like my it's like
we always say that.
When all else, it's always there. It's always been here, and it's always it always will be here. It's like chose me. It's like I always wanted to play on piano, anything, just tap on things and just.
And he is really like, as far as our musical ability in the two of us, he is the one that has a lot of musical ability. Like melodically and with playing percussion and production and singing.
And we have different roles, and that's the thing. Like we tell anybody, like to get anything done, I don't think anybody can do anything alone. So like solo. So like Chrissy will book us, and network, and like book the work and find and reach out to people and talk with people, and that's not my skill set, So, but then
we just kind of have
I'll load the car and do some business stuff and whatever else. So we balance each other out and fill in the gaps and stuff, and so that's why it works. It's a complementary thing, So.
Yeah, you sound like the perfect team to me.
Yeah.
How did you guys get into touring? Because you're from Lancaster and
Yep.
now you're in East Tennessee. How did that all begin?
Well, we just decided about 10 years ago that we wanted to do our music full time.
Yeah, we were living in New Jersey at the time.
Yeah, and so we were trying to figure out a way. Oh, right. So we were living in New Jersey. We bought our home in Lancaster, and we found Lancaster through going to a music conference for college booking. And we learned, and actually my mother told me about being able to earn a living performing on college campuses. So we went to a conference in Lancaster. We found that we loved the city. We found our home there. And then literally, because no one else was interested in booking us, I just picked up the phone and started calling people. And really, the touring kind of came about because wherever someone would host us is where we would go. So if it was, Northeast State, we'd come here. And like right after this, we're going to be in Palm Beach. So we're going to Palm Beach State College. But sometimes the tours are shorter.
Yeah,
sometimes they're zigzag. We try to do them pretty cohesively. And so it's just because we can't do anything else at this point.
Do you find lots of inspiration while you're on the road, or do you just focus on what you have as well?
We love it, and I don't see ever not loving it. It's just how much you do it. And
You just shift it up a little. Like when we first went out, we were just crazy gung-ho, and then we realized we had to be pragmatic about it and realized the cost of traveling, basically the cost of doing business. So we really learned along the way.
Get smarter.
The best way to book the shows and stuff like that.
And you've held lots of workshops about songwriting. Did you ever see that happening, or is that just something that happened along the way that you found this love of teaching and help inspiring others?
That's such a good question. We performed a lot on campuses and then felt like we wanted to have something additional to offer and basically just make us more, I don't know if sellable is the right word, but just more viable.
Or do something that not everybody does.
Because there's a lot of musicians want to work on college campuses as performers.
And perform.
So in order to just make sure that we were able to still offer something that was of value, we thought about doing songwriting workshops because a student at one of the colleges that we used to work, or we still work with, said, hey, listen, do you do anything other than perform, that we can offer our Student Government Association? Yeah. And we were like, yeah, we could do this songwriting workshop because I used to teach a songwriting workshop to students at the YMCA, and I think students would really love this. So we held our first songwriting workshop as a creative team building exercise, and then it grew from there to focus on important topics like diversity and inclusion, sexual assault awareness, and suicide prevention. But really, the songwriting workshops can be geared to whatever important topic a campus wants to explore.
That's
So
really cool.
it just evolved really by suggestion of a student, and just making sure that we remained value to the campuses that we visit, basically.
Yeah. And of course, that is something that you will take with you on the road. But can you share a little secrets or your special tips about how you write a song?
Sure. I guess it's always my feeling that when anybody wants to write a song, that they should just relax and have fun with it. And not worry about perfecting it. But one of the fun things that I've learned to do over the years is listen to drum beats. So we use a program called Logic, and there's a lot of loops. And I feel like those loops help to keep ideas fresh and get you out of your comfort zone. So I don't really write to a melody as much as I'll write to a groove. Whereas many years ago, I may have just used my own chord progressions on guitar, but now I write to beats. But if anybody asks, I try to encourage students, because I believe everyone does have, something to offer as far as the writing process goes.
I agree.
Just to be relaxed and have fun with it and be playful with it, and not so it's not a perfect art. I think it's a skill that I think it's a childlike pursuit. I think almost songwriting is like language, we all have it inside of us to do. It's just exercising it when you can, and just, just having fun is probably the best little tip I would give anybody. At least that's that's what I like. I love having fun when I write with students.
Yeah.
Or just seeing them like get excited is really exciting for us, I think, for sure. So.
Yeah. So how do you guys, like, can you describe the feeling of both of you of how wonderful it is to just share and when you see somebody write their own thing in the workshops, or if someone has ever come to you?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. The energy, you feel it in the room, the energy, like people get excited and like everyone's engaged, you know, like you can feel it, like, oh yeah, something's happening, we're creating something's being created. People are saying things like, you know, maybe someone hasn't had a chance to say anything, or feels like they have a lot to say, but there's no like avenue or place to say it, you know. So, oh great, like I've had these lyrics for a while, or I've had these thoughts or whatever, and people just blurt stuff out, and
it's fun.
Like Chrissy was saying, it's not perfect. Like people, I'll blurt something out and it won't be right or for that moment, but it'll spur somebody else to say something.
Did you guys just automatically come into this special style, or did it develop over the years as well?
Oh, it definitely develops. You know, it starts maybe with what you hear on the radio with your parents. You know, what's on whatever they're listening to. It starts with that, and then you start finding the things that you like or that we like, and then it's like a mishmash of things that come, you know, influences, and also like where you live.
And also, I just wanted to add that because I am very limited, and I'm not trying to, I really am very limited vocally, and I was never able to do a cover song well enough, so I had to start writing just to kind of like feed that. Like just because I wanted to perform, but I didn't have the focus to perform someone else's material, and I didn't have the vocal ability. So I think literally this, whatever style we do have that's unique to us, is just because it's almost like, okay, this is what I can do, this is how I can play, this is how I'm able to manage to pull it all together. So it was like necessity is the mother of invention, or was that the right thing to say?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just kind of like,
how do you get it? What do you use
what you have to just get together whatever it is you can muster up, you know. So I don't know. I mean, that's like, I do think when I hear different styles, I'm like, oh, I like that vibe. I want to sound more like this, or like we liked alternative music from like the 80s. This will make everyone laugh, but like I'll work out to like Britney Spears' Toxic and think I'm a superstar. I just love music. You know,
music gives you that special feeling.
Yeah. So like I think we both draw like. But a lot of disco and stuff too, from
beat driven, rhythmic stuff,
driven.
Really
beat driven stuff.
Anything with a beat, because I mean on the radio, that's what ends up on the radio.
But then also like Joni Mitchell or like Simon, like, you know, just all kinds of.
Well, I mean, I would say that the Joni Mitchell you might like is even more beat. Like I know that she has some stuff that's kind of like more atmospheric or whatever. But I think maybe the stuff that you're talking about has like you know.
Yeah. She's
like
got like really cool grooves.
when they have that groove. So.
Yeah, I am like that's probably why we actually get along really well, or fairly well. Is that he's like a drummer and I love beats. Yeah. So like he always says like if you know my style and his style work well enough together, because I have like passionate about beats.
Because I've played with people who weren't big fans of drummers. You know, like say I played with singers who are always like, can you play less, or like
and I'm like, can you throw down more?
Yeah, like you know, like they're not real drum fans or something. Like it's like the drummer's like, you know, the caveman in the back who's like supposed to play as little as possible and try not to drool on himself. So like, but
always say that.
You know what I mean? Like, but you're a drum.
I'm like a drummer
so
in the body of an acoustic guitar player. But
so it takes. I have to. That's why it works. I have to be around people who actually like drums or appreciate the drums. And
yeah, I think it's very important in any profession of finding people that you work well with.
Absolutely.
And you guys seem to mesh so well.
I think it's everything.
Where do you guys see yourself in the future?
I don't know, just to keep doing what we're doing, like writing, working with people, and just like learning as we go, and just contributing something positive to the people we meet, and you know, just being as good good people. And you know what I mean? Just kind of
just improving, doing things smarter, or you know, better, or more fit. You know, just improving on how things. You know, like
and just getting the chance to do things like this, and just, I mean, really, honestly, just being able to be around for a few more years, like you know, many more years.
Yeah, real simple stuff. You know, like just.
We used to. I mean, I think there probably shifts too as you like maybe move through life. You kind of like want to be one thing, and then like it shifts. So constantly it's shifting. So, but anyway, we're very happy to, we're super psyched to be able to do this. So. Yeah.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So you guys are just going to keep developing. You don't have any big like secret plans
Okay,
or
well,
goals you're
if
working
I was being
towards?
completely, totally straight up honest with you, I would love if we had a song that like, if we had a song that was written where we could just continue to write with artists, that.
Like a high-profile song that was out,
That would be fun.
that blew up, or be
That
part
would
of
just
something
be
that
fun,
blew up.
like to be like, oh, that's my song, but.
And also to say that would provide maybe more opportunities to do this.
Yeah, just to keep
just
having
like,
opportunities to do more songwriting.
to do more of this, to do more of like songwriting and more like collaboration.
Because it's fun, like it's really fun to do it, so.
Are you working with anybody else that you're trying to leave a legacy with, or like mentor maybe, or is that what you're doing at each college?
I don't know if mentor. I mean, not that I know that. I don't think we're mentoring anybody. I mean, I'm not to my knowledge.
Not like, not.
But leave a legacy. Well, I'd like to tell anybody that whatever anybody loves to do, I say do it. I say do it like as much as you can. That's what I would say. Do it as much as you can, whenever you can, whatever that is. Because you'll end up making a living with it, I think that's the goal, or to do it as much as possible. But do whatever you love.
And probably the other piece of that advice, which is something that's important to remember, is just remembering to make that happen on your own as much as you can. So even if like the opportunities, like the opportunity, if someone's not rolling out the red carpet to say, oh, you're a great singer, you're a great writer, you're good this or good that, create your own opportunities, like as much as you can. Just because that's what we've had to, like that's what we have to do, which I have to remind myself of, because you can shift back. It's tough to create your own path on things, so. And
there are many levels too.
That's true. There are
I would
many
tell
levels.
any musician, like, don't get hung up on if you're like, if someone's a singer and they're like, oh, I'm not on American Idol, so I'm just going to drop it. There are so many levels and so many opportunities and different avenues to do what you love. It's way more than just American Idol, or way more than just the Grammys, or so like.
There's a lot of.
I mean, it's like baseball players and in our town, they're not on the Mets or the Phillies, they're on the Barnstormers, and whatever team they find themselves on, they're making a living playing baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would tell anybody, whatever level you're at, whatever you fit and wherever you fit, if you're doing what you love, do it, and don't be hung up on, I'm not in front of Simon Cowell or whomever, or whatever, so I must not be a singer. No,
Right.
Or I'm not working with Martin Scorsese, so I can't be, I'm not a director or whatever.
Yeah.
No, just do what I'm getting at? Like,
I do.
do it wherever you're at whatever level, wherever you're at.
So it's very clear that for both of you, music is a huge passion. What else do you guys like to do?
Oh, I love watching movies. That's not, I love movies. I'm like a movie fanatic. And I love to run and do yoga. And just literally, that's probably it. Right?
Yeah, it's a really simple life at this point. It's not like.
And eat. I love to eat. I'm passionate. I'm passionate about food.
It's really important. Don't shove that under the rug about eating.
I would love to sound really cool, but I'm just super basic.
And it's really important. Here we go. I guess parent.
Yes.
It's important. Get enough rest. I mean, seriously, get enough rest. Don't think that
Don't believe the hype. No.
Yeah, it's really important to get enough rest. It's really important to eat well. It's important to keep your thoughts as high and
stay focused
as possible. These are things that you might not hear it enough, but these are vital things that we found through experience.
Have helped us to maintain what we do.
Yeah, when you neglect it, it's like things can fall apart. So it's I take care of the basics. That's. He's
good with that kind of advice.
So do you have any final words for anybody out there? Just the last thing you want to say? Last piece of advice?
Do what you love to do.
Have fun.
Do what you love to do.
Have fun. Be safe. Wear your seatbelts.
Yeah. Take care of number
important.
one. I would say take care of number one, because I know that it's you're being selfish if you're taking care of one. If you don't take care of number one, I keep hitting this mic. If you don't take care of number one, you can't take care of anybody else. So take care of number one first, and then everything comes out of that, and then you can maintain your health and stuff. So take care of yourself.
Wait, what's the other thing you always say? Having a good practice. Just say that.
Oh, an approach. Yeah, like
a good approach. This is really.
Yeah, because like
I love this.
the external world, as we know, changes by the nanosecond, if there is such a thing now.
Have a good approach.
But your approach and how doesn't have to change. So meaning how what you bring and your practice and how you do things, that can stay constant because you have control over it. So you can't control everything else, but you can control how you approach things.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I completely agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's all.
Thank you guys so much again for coming.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
perfect.
sure.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
This was like a self-help hour. Or
And
something.
thank you. And we'll be back in a moment to wrap up Direction Northeast.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a wife, a mother, and a student pursuing my dreams.
I came back to school with a passion to help people.
Came back to Northeast State to study electromechanical because I like working with my hands.
To be a producer. At 64, I'm a student and an entrepreneur.
Wherever you are and whenever you're going, we are here to get you there at Northeast State.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Billies.
She walks round town every day with that vinyl smile stitched on her face. Not a hair is out of place, but you know that something's wrong. That girl has got bad, bad heart. Oh, yes, she does. She's got boyfriend on her arm. She wears him like a lucky charm. She models everywhere she goes, but you know that something's wrong. That girl has got bad, bad, bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that. She's got a bad heart. She's got a bad heart. She's always on the go because she's important, you should know. She's got a perfect face, but you know that something's wrong. That girl has got bad, bad, bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that apple cart. Bad heart, bad heart. Don't you tip that. She's got a bad heart. She's got a bad heart. She's got a bad heart. Oh, anana, 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 bad. Anana, 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 bad. Anana, 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 anana. She's got a bad heart. She's got a bad heart. She's got a bad heart. Ready, ready.
My name is Anthony Adams, and I'm IT support specialist at Northeast State Community College, which is also where I got my start. If I could offer any advice to anyone out there that's looking to pursue their education, my advice to you is just do it. Once you talk to someone here, you will see how easy it is to communicate with the employees here, and they're very willing and helpful to get you on your way to pursue your career.
Once again, the Billies.
It's been a bad scene, been bad for way too long. You are so insane, I'm gone, yup, sayonara. So keep your twisted themes, your hearts are full of sorrow. I'm gonna keep my dreams all hearts and rainbow colors. Think you're gonna love me, you just gonna tear me apart. What you gonna do with my heart? I took off down the road and I don't need a suitcase, so you can keep your clocks, your ties, your 401ks. You can't pin me up, I'm not a paper flower. Too good for your bad jokes, your lame ass happy hours. Think you're gonna love me, you just wanna tear me apart. What you gonna do with my heart? You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna love me, love me, love me. What you gonna do with my heart? What you gonna do with my heart? You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna love me. What you gonna do with my heart? What you gonna do with my heart? You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna tear me up. You just wanna love me, love me. What you gonna do with my heart? What you gonna do with my heart? What you gonna do with my heart?
I came to Northeast State to become a nurse.
So did I.
Me too.
I came to study administrative professional technology.
Legal office.
Medical office.
I came back to school to be in business.
And I'm his wife, and I enrolled too.
Wherever you are and whenever you're going, we are here to get you there at Northeast State.
That concludes the program for today. We talked with the masters of Nerd Groove, the champions of eclectic neo-soul, Chrissy Santoni and Craig Smith. Community is very important to the students at Northeast State Community College, and this program takes a look at a few of the subjects that they find important. Until we meet next time, on behalf of the students, staff, and faculty of Northeast State Community College, I'm Madison Phillips, and this is Direction Northeast.